Alright, y'all. I'm back in the building. Yo, what's up, Cuddy? This one's for you, man. Alright, we're gonna go back to this chemical element shit. The Welton, you know me. Welton tools. Look. Yo, you wanna understand this alchemical chemical elemental. Okay. So the gold, he asked me, what's up with the gold, the bling bling, and what does it do? Alright. What happened? Crow. What's up, Crow cuz? You outside? I hear it. Come. They out here. Crowtown. Listen, the gold, the silver, the precious metals, the platinum, all they are higher frequency metals. These crystals, some of these crystals right here, alright, they resonate at a higher frequency. Alright, these are Boji stones, they ground you. Quartz is an enhancement crystal, it's a healing crystal, it's a projection crystal. It is the purest of all crystals that will make all colors. Why? Because it is the purest of the crystalline. It has no color, it is clear. Okay, so when light goes through it, then what happens with a crystal like this? It makes rainbows and colors and prisms, which will be all of this, the spectrum of light in which we know it. Okay, so this is a ruby. Now I know it doesn't look like much. See my car? This video especially for my homie Lil Yo, man, because he wants to bust this shit down. Anybody who cares to share, jump in, join, throw information in, you know this. I mean, I have the crystal book handy. I'm not quite sure where it's at. It's handy. It's around here somewhere in arm's reach, I imagine. The laboratory is a little bit messy sometimes, and I'm at the window at this point. We'll blow this one out in the atmosphere. So back to the crystals and metals. Okay, the precious crystals and metals, they raise frequencies and they raise magnetic fields. They change the frequency flow. It's a flowing frequency. It is like fluid flowing. It is like water, but it is an energy. Energy is a current. Water has a current as well. So what does it do? It energy free flows. Now, when energy is impeded and restricted, what happens? And then it bends, and then there's tension, and then there is a release. So, like ruby. Okay, ruby's a fire element type of crystal, right? And that's what it does. It brings that type of, oh man, I have to bust out the book. Listen, we'll break this down deeper, my cut. Look, basically gold, okay? You got Hollywood, or you know, the star. Oh yeah. Okay, for number one, when people adorn jewelry, or adorned in gold and precious metals and yada, whether it's on the head, ears, yada, neck, wrist, feet, you know, people put them on all different types of places. You have to understand the body and how it works. The necklaces usually hang over what? The sternum, the chest, the heart, right? Hello. Okay, you have the neck, the gold that goes around the neck. What's in the body? The light body. What do these crystals and precious metals all go in conjunction with? The light body. I told you that. It's an elemental EL existence we live. The physical, the metaphysical as one in unison. The thing in which they wish to divide us from. Because that's why I divide you from your LEL inside all this technology within to the external technology. See? You have a prism within, but you look without to find the prism. This is where you look without to find the prism, because this comes from within as well, because we are made of this. We're a part of this as it is a part of us. So we'll bust down how to make tinctures and potions. Everyone, and especially the yokes, you're asking me about stuff. I busted down, told you. Take the gold. Say if you found raw, right? That pure crystal line gold. Like, say if you found a gold nugget, like this is that raw blue kyanite. You see how it's rigid and rough. I emphasize the word raw. Okay, I don't really say it like that, but it's just that you gotta finesse the language. You gotta finesse it. You know, put some flavor on it, some twang to it. You know, like some zinger. You put some lemon on some spinach in a skillet. Here, let's bust that down for how you get bioavailable iron in your body, some good nourishment. Here's one for you. You get baby spinach. I'll grab it back. Get baby spinach, you put lemon on it. Right? Combine you some stuff. It's what it is. It's alchemy, dude. Get you some baby spinach, get your lemon, right? About to eat some of this shit. Okay, what happens is the lemon and the spinach cooking brings out the inner zinc and the inner iron, the inner bioavailable metals. It brings it out of the green. You see, because the plants, what do? They have the magnesium at the center instead of the iron. And see, what where we get the magnesium also as well is brought out of the spinach because of the lemon, the acid, the citric acid on the metal, the bioavailable metal, and we'll go into the potions in here in a second, bringeth out the inner nutrient, the inner metal, the bio metal for the body and the light body, light food for a light body. Because what's this is photo food. Photo green synthesis, photosynthesis, synthesis sound 528 444 888, the number of the Lord. You know what I'm talking about? Check it out. So that's the number of the Creator, 888, man. You turn 8 to the side, what do you have? The infinity symbol. Need I show you? Probably. I make everything out of an example. That's what I do. Here's this 8. Turn it to the side. That's very much well an infinity symbol, if I ever saw it before in my life. Now, the acid and metal. What does acid do? Okay. We know that hydrogen, 2 oxygen would be a water, is a fluid. However, distilled water would be considered acidic because what does it do? It pulls minerals from your body, but it pulls the bad ones from your body, though. You see, when you're fasting, okay, Croca, mein Krieg, let's get up. Ah, he's on a tree, right over there. Hey! Komm essen! Was geht ab, mein Kriegkumpel? Out here. They know. I'm telling you. Swear, it looked like he's getting ready to jump off that tree and fly right over here. He's looking right over here in my window. Komm essen! Ich habe Maisbrot. I got cornbread for him. Alright, my bad. My birds always coming. They be around here. That's crow time. I told you that. Now, okay, acid and metal. What does water do to iron? The water and iron makes what? Iron oxide, which turns into rust. That would hydrogen 2 oxygen is acidic. Like I said, it is acidic in ways, but then it is alkaline in ways. When it is distilled, it is acidic as hell. When there's a little bit of stuff in the water, it becomes less acidic. There's a certain pH value to things. Now, what I want to say about gold, okay? If you take gold and grind it up in a mortar and pestle, now I'm talking about pure gold. It has to be pure as it gets, out of the ground raw. It will be very soft. It will look like a rock. It will have a rocky type of texture like this. It'll look something like that. Almost makes me wonder if that has some gold growing on it. Because, like, see, after a certain... that's what I'm saying. elements after a certain amount of time, they change and go through transitions. This used to be more blue. I had this crystal for years. It had way more blue in this, but it looks like it's turning like having a gold-like substance. Very shiny. I want to look at this under a microscope. I must invest in one of those. But turn this into a real high-tech labby. And we'll break shit down. I don't know how I'm gonna get that footage on tape, but trust me, I'll get it if I can, and I'll share it. Now, gold ground up very fine, put in juice. What is juice? Pomegranate juice being the best juice, because what does that do? Activates the heart chakra, cleans out the blood, flushes the liver. Pomegranate is very holy and good, and for the light body, it is for the entire spectrum, even though it's bloody red. You know, the bloody pomegranate looks like a beating heart. You know, so check it out. You grind it up and you put that in the juice. You ingest it. It raises your frequency because you ingested raw. But it's water soluble because you ground the gold to powder. What does acid do to metal? It deteriorates it. Obviously, water does. It turns iron to rust and tarnishes other metals and ruins them. Over time, the metals will become brittle and break up. It'll become really fine to be. They'll be breakable and particleized. You know what I mean? They'll become particleization, like very crumb deterioration. So, you know, how do you think you get tetanus? Somebody put rust in your food. Whoa, man. You're going to have some problems, especially if they don't grind it up right. Woo! You're going to have some. Whoo! Let me find out. You know what I mean? You'd have to go get somebody if they did that to you. Like, whew. But just ground up rust to a fine degree and just put in the food. Whoo! But then think about the food today, filled with metals. And then your body water. Whoo! You feel me? Sound like the morning doves out there. That's serious. So think about the alchemical reaction. So juice, you ingest gold, but gold is a raw metal, and the pure elements mixing with other purities make alchemy. When it is man-made and impure and you mix that, it becomes more man-made, impure. Shit, it's just bad. Detrimental alchemy, man. It's the reverse of alchemy. I mean, it's alchemy used in a perverted way, you know, because what is evil? The perversion of good. Hello? Evil is the corruption and perversion of good. It's the complete polar opposite. There's no way to fuck it up. So with jewels and like stuff like this, let's say you have a bottle, a glass bottle, right? Remove the labeling to the best of your ability. All right, I'm gonna show you how to do this potion stuff. You take distilled water and you put it in this. Remove the label. Make sure the bottle can get direct sunlight. This glass will amplify it. You know, it reflects. It's a reflector. Plus, you have distilled water, which is ionized. What you do is you put certain crystals. Certain crystals you cannot do this with. You will poison yourself and die. So you have to be very careful. Don't just do this. Don't jump into this. Get books first, because I'm not telling you to go do this in the first place. I'm telling you what you can do and what I have done in the past. However, I do not. This is the disclaimer. You do whatever you want. I'm not telling you to do this. If you do this and you poison yourself, that is at your own stupidity. Because I told you clearly, unless you know what you're doing, do not do it. Okay, it's that simple. If you can't follow directions like that simple, not only do you have the mind of a 2-year-old or below that, or an amoeba, but you also have a serious problem being a grown-up and not following directions clearly. All right, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not anyone's dad except for my children. So let's make that clear too. So no disrespect. You put the crystals in here though, okay, in the water, and you let the sun charge it up. The water's already ionically charged. Okay, distilled water is moving like this. Like the ions in there are moving extremely fast. Why do you think it's a vacuum and it sucks out minerals? But what happens with the sun, the light, the water, the programming, the crystals, which program also the water because the vibrations, because these are moving, even though they're still there moving. You have to look at these in a very special way for you to even see the vibration. And you have to be on a higher frequency, and you have to also have to use second sight. List goes on and on and on. Also, crystals need charge. Some do not need charge, and they need charge by other crystals and not the sun. This will clean and charge stuff. This one's known as carnelian. Activates the root chakra. This activates the third eye crownish because this is amethyst. This is heart. This is rhodochrosite. This will help high blood pressure. This is the type of stuff that you would put in a potion and let it charge all day. Like this with quartz crystal and like moss agate. Put this in distilled water and let the sun charge it up for about 24 to 48 hours. Make sure your bottle's covered unless you want bugs or other yuckies in there. That's to your own liking. And you know, you drink the potion after you take the crystals out of it, obviously. Bloodstone. This is the type of stuff you would want to put in there because it will help your heart. It will help with blood pressure. It will help clean out your blood. Your blood, the most important thing in you, the life oil, the blood. It's like the oil to engine of a car. Your blood is the same as that analogy. Okay. Quartz crystal that heals, reflects, protects. You know, lapis lazuli also can be put in the water. Rose quartz, this can also be put in water. This is blue lace agate. Okay, this can even be put in water. These are all healing crystals. This one promotes your throat chakra. These do not get put in water. You will destroy them. I believe this should not have been wet and it got wet somehow and is not working that well. And yada yada yada. So that would be wrapping up what you would call it, yo, bling bling. He said, what's up with the bling bling? What does it do? It was good. Yeah, okay, that's that. I'll wrap it up a little bit. But yeah, precious metals, man. So the ingestible metals, I mean, you could pretty much ingest it all. Colloidal silver being another metal that is like a what? Like distilled water. It's like a vacuum. It eradicates filth and rids your body of the sin you put within via your mouth and the shit that you look at with your eyes and the activities you engage in. Yeah, it's all transient, all light, sound, transmission. So everything you do, you got to be wondering, like, are you dirty or are you clean? What are you intaking? It doesn't matter. You're around certain people, you're intaking their energy, man. I don't give a fuck what you say. It is an exchange. It's an aura. Auras project about 3 to 5 feet around the body. Some have the larger auras, i.e. Shaolin monks, because they're so holy and strong. And they don't do a lot of sinning. So you'll feel their presence from down the fucking street if one wasn't even in your neighborhood. And people who are really deep into martial arts and really spiritual and have a higher frequency. That higher frequency is to be felt. These things are to be felt. You don't always have to hear shit. Okay? I promise you that. I promise you that. So these ingesting the right elements will put you on the right frequency. And when you wear and you adorn precious metals and stones, they should be placed on certain areas of your body because certain areas react to certain crystals, and the metal is a conductor and a connector. That's why they make the chain, because it creates the okay, you got something like this. Say this is your jewel and it's hanging from your chain. Your chain goes around your neck, right? All right. So what do you think how do you think the energy picks up from this? Look. How you think it picks up? You think I'm moving this? You honestly look. I'll put my hand down. Now I'm being as still as I possibly can, but I'm talking. But if you think I'm doing this, you're sadly mistaken. But this is what the crystals do. This is what precious metals and crystals do. Diamond is a raw and pure, and one of the rawest forms of carbon. But you pay so much for diamonds. Graphite too, as well. You see this? Now I move my hand. Does it look like I'm moving? They're shaking the shit? No. But it might be reacting to that crystal right there because it's sitting so close to it. Look. Watch. Look at it. See? I told you. This is a prime example. That's the energy field of the crystal that's giving off. Look at it. You see? It goes in circles. Dude, I'm not fucking spinning this shit. I promise you that. I don't got a stunt. This is no Hollywood. I'm not Hollywood. I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. I promise you that. Ain't no movie, ain't no candy store here. This is Crowtown, bitch.